ahead, Joe.
Lou, you hit that third three, and they call a timeout, and you just had this moment of reaction heading to the bench. Tell me about that feeling as you're walking towards your guys.
It's a lot of energy, honestly. Shout out to the crowd. The crowd got a lot of emotion out of me today. They were great. I just had to keep trusting it, honestly. Jay will find me on a good pass, and I just had to shoot it.
And Lou, that moment and just the entire fourth, knowing that Mark turned to you after going with Case in last game, the fact that he turned to you in that moment and kept you the rest of the game, what does that mean to you? And I guess how would you describe the kind of faith he has in you?
It's just the trust. I mean, Coach Mark is a big reason why I have this success in this league. He's the first coach that called me in the game my rookie year. So I have a lot of trust in him, and he has a lot of trust in me at the same time. And next man up, Queso had a great game last game, and he hit some big shots. So he had to make the right move for the team, and I stand by that as well. So everybody on the team got to stay ready. He went back to me today in the fourth. I had to stay ready, and I was out there playing hard.
And plenty of the conversation surrounding you guys into the postseason was, whether you guys could, especially the series, whether you could, match the sort of experience Denver has and sort of win clutch games. Just knowing what you did down the stretch and seeing the shot Dub hit, shot Shea hit, like, what's going through your head as it's unfolding?
We getting better, honestly. It was kind of hard this season to prepare for those type of moments. There's a lot of games we didn't have a lot of close games during the season, but it's happening in the postseason, and we ready. We getting better. After every game we watch film and we see some of the stuff we can get better at, especially from the first game and the third game and the fourth game, whatever. But we're just getting better, and we see some of the stuff that we can get better at.
Andrew, go ahead.
Lou, where does your fearlessness as a shooter come from? You've had a lot of playoff games where you've taken a lot of threes and moments up and down for you, even in this series. But where does that fearlessness come from for you?
Honestly, the work. I put a lot of work in. I work on those type of shots. I've been in a situation before. I've been the worst. So, I just got to keep believing in myself. My teammates have my backs all the time. I had a great year shooting the three this year, so I got to keep believing and keep trusting it, and I'll keep doing that.
Go ahead, Jenny.
Hey, Lou, Mark was saying that you guys aren't out to answer any outside questions in these playoffs, but the way that you guys have won these last two games, have you guys internally gotten any answers about yourselves, just what this team is about, anything like that?
Honestly, we just gotta execute, play our game. It's a tough team. A lot of experience. They know what they're doing. So, like I said, we getting better from the previous game. We just got to stay confident, stay at it, and just execute our stuff, and we'll be fine.
Lou, defensively, just chasing a guy like Jamal around all series. I know you guys are obviously close. What's that been like, just competing against him in this series?
Competing, like you said. He's a tough player. He's going to make a lot of tough shots. Yeah, he's a good player. I just gotta make everything tough, honestly. Keep my pressure, contest everything, but we just gotta go out there and compete.
Lou, you hit those 3 threes, and you guys were down 9, and you hit the 3 threes in a very short span. Besides getting the score close or caught up, what did you sense as how important that was to the momentum, the confidence, just the spirit of your teammates, the crowd, everybody?
Yeah, like you said, a little bit of everything. Honestly, they had it going. They was hitting some tough shots. They was making their runs, but us on the bench, timeouts and all that, we kept talking to each other, saying that we good, that we can fight through this. And we just kept trusting each other, moving the ball and finding the right shots. And I was open for some of them, and I made them. But it was great from the team and the crowd at the same time.
We go Michael Martin.
Lou, you sort of touched on both, but AC's talked about the amnesia you need to have as a great defender. You talked about how Jamal's going to make great shots, but you sort of have to just wipe that. The same with offense of just sort of your confidence. Where does that sort of mental fortitude and strength come from, and how have you built that up of being able to just wipe away bad possessions on either end?
Yeah, like I said, the work, the experience I went through, my first playoff experience, it was kind of like that where, I wasn't that good of a shooter, but now I just got to keep trusting it. I spend a lot of time in the gym. I got to trust from my teammates, from my coaches. So, just really read in the game and let the game come to me, honestly. But, I got to stay confident.
Luke, you're involved in a lot of those pick and rolls with Jokic and the physicality between the two of you just going on this entire series. Like, are you surprised about how he can show up like in a fourth quarter like this, just in the physicality he's playing with and just his energy level going up? I mean, obviously you go back and forth with him. You're physical with him.
Yeah, he's a great player. He's been in those situations before. He know what to do. He's a big guy, really physical. So we just gotta match that. Obviously, he's way taller than me, so I'm trying my best to battle with him. But I know. But yeah, it's not me. Honestly, it's credit to Jay Will, Hart, and Chad, and all the guys that we throw at him. But like you said, he's a great player, and he's gonna make a lot of tough shots.
Thank you, Luke.